Commander Vex Koroth leaned back in his chair at the Nexus Station cantina, his scaled fingers wrapped around a glass of synthol. The amber liquid caught the artificial light as he gestured dramatically to his captivated audience of junior officers and mercenaries. 27 confirmed kills across 4 sectors, he boasted, his voice carrying the practiced cadence of someone who had told this story countless times. Deathworlders from the most savage planets in known space. The acid spitters from Kepler 442b, the bone crushers from Wolf 359c, even 3 of those nightmare fuel shadow dancers from the Trappist system. The crowd murmured appreciatively. Hunting Deathworlders, sentient species evolved on the galaxy's most hostile planets, was considered the ultimate test of a hunter's skill. Their enhanced physiology, brutal survival instincts, and technological adaptations made them formidable prey. Each one worth a fortune to the right collector, Vex continued, patting the plasma rifle at his side. Their unique biochemistry, their weapons, their cultural artifacts, all highly sought after by xenobiologists and private collectors alike. From the corner booth, Dr. Elena Vasquez observed the spectacle with quiet disdain. The human xenoanthropologist had been studying Deathworlder cultures for the past decade, documenting their societies before they were driven to extinction by hunters like Koroth. Her dark eyes never left the Xylorian commander as he regaled his audience with tales of calculated genocide. The trick, Vex said, warming to his theme, is understanding their psychology. Deathworlders are predictable in their unpredictability. They fight like cornered animals because that's essentially what they are, evolutionary accidents that somehow achieved spaceflight. Dr. Vasquez set down her coffee and approached the group. The cantina's conversation seemed to dim as she moved with the fluid grace of someone comfortable in dangerous situations. Fascinating stories, Commander, she said, her voice carrying a subtle accent that marked her as coming from one of the Outer Rim worlds. I'm curious about something, though. Vex turned to face her, his reptilian features arranging themselves into what passed for a smile among his species. Dr. Vasquez. Xenoanthropology Division. She pulled up a chair without invitation. You mentioned 27 kills. Impressive numbers. But I have to ask, did any of them walk away? The question hung in the air like a challenge. Vex's confidence wavered for just a moment before reasserting itself. Walk away. These weren't negotiations, Doctor. They were hunts. The whole point was that none of them walked away. Elena nodded slowly, as if considering this. I see. So you've never actually encountered a Deathworlder who chose not to fight? One who perhaps demonstrated the advanced cognitive abilities that allowed their species to develop interstellar travel? The crowd began to sense an undercurrent of tension. Vex's scaled skin took on a darker hue, a sign of agitation among his people. Doctor, with respect, you study these creatures from the safety of academic institutions. I've faced them in combat. They're savage, primitive beings driven purely by instinct. Terra. The word dropped from Elena's lips like a stone into still water. Vex blinked, confusion replacing his earlier bravado. I'm sorry. Earth. Sol 3. You know it as Terra. Elena's smile was thin and sharp. Population, 8 billion Deathworlders. Gravity, 9.8 meters per second squared. Atmospheric pressure that would crush most species. Tectonic activity, extreme weather patterns, radiation from a Type G star, and an ecosystem so hostile that the dominant species had to invent tools just to survive their own planet's predators. The realization crept across Vex's features like dawn breaking over a hostile landscape. The humans of Terra have been members of the Galactic Council for 50 years now, Elena continued conversationally. We've contributed to medical advances, technological innovations, and peaceful first contacts with dozens of species. We've also served in the Council's military forces with distinction. She stood, adjusting her jacket to reveal the Council diplomatic insignia on her collar. So I'll ask again, Commander Koroth. In all your hunts, in all your encounters with Deathworlders, did any of them walk away? The cantina had fallen completely silent. Vex's mouth opened and closed soundlessly as the implications of her words sank in. Dr. Elena Vasquez smiled, a distinctly human expression that, in that moment, reminded everyone present exactly why her species had earned their reputation as the most successful Deathworlders in the galaxy. "I thought not," she said softly, and walked away into the neon-lit corridors of Nexus Station, leaving behind a hunter who had just discovered he had been the prey all along.